Hello, welcome back to our webinar. If you missed out on the first part where we discussed project accounting in Zoho Books, be sure to check out the video link that we've included in the comment section. In the second part, we'll be diving deeper into Zoho Projects and its integration with Zoho Books. We'll explore how you can use these two powerful tools together to streamline your project management and accounting processes. So get ready to learn some advanced tips and tricks for maximizing your efficiency with Zoho. The agenda for today's webinar is Introduction to Zoho Projects. We'll then talk about Zoho Projects and Zoho Books, the benefits of this integration, how to set up the integration, and finally report analysis. Let's start off this webinar with an introduction to Zoho Projects. Zoho Projects is a cloud-based, comprehensive project management tool that offers a range of features to help manage your projects, including task management, time tracking, reporting, and collaboration tools. With Zoho Projects, you can organize your projects and tasks, track progress, and communicate with team members in real time. Its user-friendly interface makes it easy to use and navigate. It is also highly customizable to adapt to your team's specific needs. Now let's discuss a few benefits of integrating Zoho Projects with Zoho Books. Zoho is a suite of web applications that businesses use to manage various aspects of their operations. Zoho Projects is essential for project management, and it allows businesses to track project progress. On the other hand, Zoho Books captures accounting-related data such as income, expenses, and taxes, and it helps businesses stay on top of their financial health. While each Zoho application serves a specific purpose, they all capture valuable data that, when combined, can provide a comprehensive view of a business's operation. By integrating Zoho Books and Zoho Projects together, businesses can manage their projects and finances together, make better informed decisions, and improve their overall operations. Let's look at a few other advantages of this integration. Zoho Projects integrates seamlessly with Zoho Books. This integration enables you to create projects and invoices in Zoho Projects and have them automatically synced with Zoho Books. The integration between Zoho Projects and Zoho Books helps improve accuracy by reducing the risk of errors and duplication of data. This ensures that all information is up to date and accurate. With Zoho Projects and Zoho Books, you can generate detailed reports on project progress and financial performance. These reports provide valuable insights that can help you make informed decisions. With Zoho Projects and Zoho Books, you can streamline your workflow and increase productivity. You can create projects, assign tasks, track time, and generate invoices in one platform, eliminating the need for multiple tools. There are a few terminologies to know before we proceed with this integration. Portal. A project portal in Zoho Projects is a collaboration platform that allows stakeholders outside the project team to participate in project discussions, view progress, and contribute to the project. Client user. A company or organization for whom the projects are done is called a client company. Example, Zyker Corp is a client company. And a user who can view the progress of the client company project, example Paul, who is a member of Zyker Corp, is the client user of that project. Tasks and bugs. Tasks are activities that need to be completed within a project, such as creating a report, designing a website, or conducting a meeting. Bugs, on the other hand, are issues or defects that need to be fixed in a project. Timesheet. A timesheet is a record of the time spent by a team member on project tasks and activities. In Zoho Books, billed time refers to the amount of time that has been logged on a project and invoiced to the client, while unbilled time refers to the time that has been logged but not yet invoiced. You can see that in this billing time column. Let's look at a few prerequisites to set up this integration. First is, you must be an admin in both your Zoho Books and Zoho Projects accounts. Second is the pricing. Your Zoho Projects account has to be in the premium plan and above, and your Zoho Books organization has to be in the professional plan and above. There are two modules that will be synced from Zoho Projects. First is the Projects module. Projects that are associated with the primary clients along with their tasks and bugs will be fetched into Zoho Books. And the second module which will be synced from Zoho Projects is the timesheet module. You should also note that only the billable and approved timesheets will be synced. This integration is a one-way sync, so all the data from Zoho Projects will come into Zoho Books and not vice versa. So if you create a project directly in Zoho Books, this will not be synced to Zoho Projects. Let's look into how we can set up this integration. You can log into Zoho Books, go into Settings, Integrations, Zoho Apps, Connect beside Zoho Projects and click on Connect. You can click on Connect again over here. In the pop-up window, enter your email address and ZSE key. A Zoho Service Communication Key is unique to each Zoho product and can be used to access your data in that product. To get the Zoho Projects ZSE key, log in to Zoho Projects, then click Setup under Integrations, click Developer Space, then click ZSE key. Copy the ZSE key and paste it into Zoho Books. The user with which the integration is set up should be a portal owner in Zoho Projects and an admin in Zoho Books. Click Next, then select your project's portal from the drop-down. In this next page, you can select the modules to be synced. The option to sync projects will be selected by default. This means that the projects that you have created for your primary clients in Zoho Projects will be fetched into Zoho Books along with the tasks and bugs associated with that. If you wish to bring in all the approved and billable time entries from Zoho Projects to Zoho Books, check this box. As and when time is logged in Zoho Projects, these time entries will be fetched into Zoho Books and all the associated users with that time entries will be fetched as well. Next, you can either import all the time entries in the unbilled status, or you can set a date here and the time entries before that date will be of the invoiced status. Only the time entries after this date will be in the unbilled status. Then you can choose what you want to do with your duplicate contacts and click on Sync Now. You have successfully integrated your Zoho Books and Zoho Projects organizations. Now let's consider an example of how you can create a project in Zoho Projects and sync it with Zoho Books. Let's assume I'm a digital marketing agency that has just landed a new client. I'll need to create a project for this client, assign tasks to my team members, track their time and expenses, and generate an invoice for the client. Here's how you can use Zoho Projects and Zoho Books to manage this project. Once you log into Zoho Projects, your landing page will be the home page. You can see the personal view and portfolio view here. The widgets in this page is completely customizable. You can add your portal and project users by going to Settings, Users. Now let's get to the project creation part. You can go into the Projects module and click on the New Project button and create your project. I'm just giving in a title here, assigning a project owner, and just filling in the project description. You can then set your billing method for your project. We have 4 types of billing methods based on project hours. This type of billing method can be used for service-based projects where the time spent will be the key attribute. You will bill your customers on rate per hour basis based on staff hours. This type of billing method can be used if your project deals with different users and varied skill levels working on different tasks. Here you bill your customer based on the rate per hour for the users who work on the project. Fixed cost for projects. A fixed cost is set while starting the project. You bill your customer only for the total fixed cost on completion of the project, and then based on task or issue hours. This type of billing method can be used if your project deals with multiple tasks and each task differs in their level of difficulty or skill. You will bill your customer based on the rate per hour on the task worked. I'll choose based on project hours for this particular project and enter a rate. You can also set budgets for your projects. So we have different budget types over here. A budget helps you to align your spending with the available resource. You can fill in the additional details and click on Add. A project is now created in Zoho Projects. Before adding milestones and tasks, let us add users to the project. You can go into the Users tab and add the users and primary clients here. Since a customer name is mandatory for a project in Zoho Books, you will have to associate a primary client to the project to have them synced to Zoho Books. A primary client is basically a company or organization for whom the projects are done. We can add multiple client companies to a project, but the client company for whom the invoicing has to be done should be marked as the primary client. If you already have customers in your Zoho Books organization, you can ensure to give the same customer name for the project to be automatically synced under that customer. If you want the project to be associated to a new customer, you can enter the email address, enter the name and click on Add. A new customer will be created in Zoho Books. So as you can see, a customer is synced to Zoho Books and the associated projects which was created from Zoho Projects is also synced to Zoho Books. Let's continue with setting up the project. Once the project is created, you can create your tasks and log time. You can go into the task module, click on Add Tasks and add your tasks. You can just enter a task name, the description for your task, and then fill in the other information like the start date, the due date, and you can also fill in if the task is billable or non-billable. That is, if you want to invoice the task to the client or not. I have already created a few tasks over here for this particular project. I have created 3 main tasks, which is the marketing strategy, website design, and final stages. And in the main task, I have also added a few subtasks. Once the tasks are added, you have to log the time for these tasks. So you can go into the timesheet module, click on Add Time Log, and log the time entries for the required tasks. So let's say this customer has worked for 2 hours for this initial market research task. I can either enter a start time or an end time, or I can enter the total logged hours for this particular date and then click on Add. All the time entries that are logged will be listed in this page. Zoho Projects also has another module called Milestones. Milestones are goal-based targets in a project. So if I want to bill the client on the first of every month for being able to deliver what was promised and for also completing the task on time, I can create a milestone. I can just go into the Milestone tab, click on Add Milestone and add my milestones over here. I have created 3 milestones and also associated this to the tasks. Once the time is logged, since I want to invoice the client on the first of every month, I can go into the Invoices tab and click on Create Invoice. I can choose the bill up to date over here. Select the fields to be shown in the invoice like the item name and item description and then click on Save. The invoice has now been created for this particular milestone. Once the invoice is created, it will be synced and shown in Zoho Books too. This eliminates the need of changing between applications each time. The sync between Zoho Projects and Zoho Books happens every hour. In addition to this, you can also click on this Instant Sync button here to manually initiate a sync. You can also click on this View Error Summary to view the error on why a project or timesheet is not synced to Zoho Books. Let's go back to the website redesigning project I have created. I can continue invoicing my customers for the time I had logged and also add expense transactions to track the cost I'm spending for this project. So I'm just quickly going to create an expense from this tab here. I'm giving in the expense account, mentioning the amount. I'm using the paid through as petty cash. You can enable this billable checkbox if you would be billing the expense to your client. Otherwise, you can leave it unchecked. Transactions created in the finance module will be immediately synced to Zoho Books. You can also create other transactions in Zoho Books and associate them to the project. So if I have to create another bill to purchase an item, like subscribing to a designing app, I can go into the bills module, choose the vendor, add the item, associate the project in this way, and save the bill. If I'm transferring amounts between accounts and is using the manual journal module in Zoho Books, I can follow the same steps, associate the project, and then create the journal. In this way, you can associate a project to all the transactions you create from within Zoho Books too. So finally, both your financial data and your project data will be up to date. You can click on the dashboard in Zoho Projects and view the multiple widgets over here. You can gain insights about the income versus expenses recorded in your project in your profitability summary widget. You can also check the task status over here, viewing the number of closed and open tasks. You can check the overdue work items based on the different tasks that you have. You can view the timesheet details, the milestone status. The widgets in this page is completely customizable. Zoho Projects also has a reports module which shows a variety of data in terms of Gantt charts and reports. A Gantt chart is a visual representation of the project schedule. It displays information about task progress, task owner, task status, and other task-related data. You can view this chart in two different views, the milestone Gantt and the chronology Gantt. You can also set a baseline here, which will capture the schedule deviation from the original plan, so I can identify activities that are delayed and plan upcoming work items based on the current baseline. The chronology Gantt is another view which is now giving me a visual perspective of the tasks module. I can see all the task details I've added, the task schedule, and the overdue tasks. Zoho Books also has a set of predefined reports. One of it is the invoice details report that, when customized for this project, can give me the total invoice details associated to the project. So right now it's showing me that I have $350 yet to be received for this redesigning project. Another report is the expenses by project. This report will show me the total expenses per project. Clicking on the particular amount will also give me a detailed view of the expense category for each project. So for this particular website redesigning project, I have spent $180. We have a few other reports under projects and timesheets. The timesheet report can tell me the performance of each project based on users and their logged hours. I can also compare profitability based on different projects, which is in the profit and loss report. So I can go into the profit and loss report, compare based on projects, choose the different projects, and run the report. This report will now give me the total profit with the net profit and loss based on the two projects I have here. So my total profit for the website redesigning project is $170. These are some of the default reports that you can get at the project level right within Zoho Books. If you would like to customize these reports more based on other advanced metrics, integrating an analytics tool will give you more options on how you want to view the reports, like the visual representation of it, and it can show the data based on only what you want to see. Advanced Analytics with Zoho Projects also comes with 50 plus pre-built dashboards. So once you set up the integration with Analytics, you can do this from either Zoho Books or Zoho Projects. You can create compelling reports like this target versus completed tasks. Here the green line shows me all the closed tasks and the yellow line is the monthly target. So I've almost met all the targets I had set. You can analyze effective return on investment on a project, which is the profit a project generates after I exclude all the project costs, but this particular metric is based on the average billable hours by members for each project. You can check the revenue projection based on ongoing projects, which can help me view how much revenue I can expect from my projects. You can view top 5 project members, which can help me see how many hours my employees are putting into completing the project. You can track delayed tasks and milestones by owners. You can finally combine all these charts in a single view by creating a powerful dashboard. In addition to the above, let's also look at a particular report that we can get from Zoho Analytics, like this employee utilization rate. This metric is derived from the timesheet details report we have. This can tell us how many hours a user is spending on a project at a particular time. This helps us in allocating resources and also helps us identify the right skill to hire. In case we get a new project to work on, we can look at this report and find out which of my resources are free to work on another project. We can also compare this report across different projects and see which of these projects are consuming more time. So if a project is consuming more time, it could mean that my clients are demanding more work. This can also help me identify if I'm spending more of my resources on unbillable work. Employee realization rate is similar to the employee utilization metric we saw earlier, but this metric can tell me how well my company is equipped to translate my logged hours into revenue. So if there's a difference between the utilization rate and the realization rate, it could mean that my employee is spending too much time on non-billable hours. We can also set notifications and create alerts. This particular alert that I've set is to tell me when the utilization rate of any of my employees crosses 70%. You can then combine the reports to form a dashboard and show this dashboard right within Zoho Books itself using either the Web Tabs module, or if your Zoho Books organization is in the Ultimate plan, you will be able to see all the reports you have created from Zoho Analytics within the Reports module of Zoho Books directly. So you don't have to log into another app to view the reports each time. That brings us to the end of this webinar. Let's take a quick recap on what we've looked at this far. We've seen how to create a project in Zoho Projects with adding tasks. We saw how to capture financial details at a project level, which was logging time and creating transactions. And finally, we saw how we can gain insights from project data through the reports. If you have any further questions, you can post them in the chat box. You can always reach out to our support team for any other further queries you might have. Thank you for joining in.